Yeah, I mean, I could do a quick 2 second
Yeah.
like overview over this, Rich, because I've been looking at it today. Um, so Claude Design, as Rich said, basically came in, and I was just talking to Rich about Figma and making more pretty UIs and whatnot. We literally talked about this a couple days ago, and then Claude Design came out of nowhere. Why Claude Design is so important is, in my personal opinion, this right here, their design systems. If you've been building in any capacity, what this allows you to do is connect directly to a GitHub repo. If you don't know what that means, you have to learn quite a bit, but that means your existing projects can now have better design. And so I'm going to be showcasing this. I have that LinkedIn generator that I'm using, and I'm going to be updating an existing design. Why that's important? That works into the flows of companies today, right? You're not going to be joining generally unless it's a startup, a company that's going to want to build something completely from scratch. They're going to be like, okay, how do we do this? Figma can't do that. Adobe maybe can do that, but it's overly complicated. So later today, I'll be making a video. I didn't want to touch anything because I want to build it live, but I have local repos on my computer that I can upload to here. It's going to be able to look up every CSS file and all those files that are in there, and then you can just upload it and post it. That's if you have a local repo. If you have a live repo in a GitHub area, you can also just connect it to your GitHub account. If you don't have any of that and you're not doing anything along those lines, they also have examples here, which are basically things that you can start from scratch. Like this is an app for an onboarding flow. You can use this prompt, design something out, and just kind of talk through how you're going about it that way. Um, and then you can work with prototypes or wireframes. I generally don't think most people are using wireframes anymore. They're going directly into high fidelity because of how fast things can move. But there's also other features like I personally won't be looking to slide decks as much, but if we're going for a PMM position, a product marketing manager position, this could be really valuable, right? Um, but yeah, I would continue to look through these different design templates that they've created for you. You can create something from scratch and then go from there. But I think the real value genuinely is going to be is once you have this design, how are you going to bring it to life? And for that, you will have to use these design systems, which will be with GitHub.
Armor?
So I'm doing this a live demo. I've never done this before. This is with the community for the community, right? This is live code on my my computer that I'm using for this LinkedIn, blah, blah, blah. And this is one of the things I'm going to be making a video on. I just want to see what happens. It's saying it's going to generate it. 5 minutes. We got 5 minutes to like talk through things, but you can see on the side it's already parsing through everything that I have. Because I was going to go ahead and update this website to make it look prettier anyway. And so that's another thing I'm doing. I'm building stuff and now I'm stacking stuff that I'm building. And so Claude Design, like part of my video will just be updating this thing that I've built locally. It's not even using Lovable. A couple of things are
I
happening
see.
here. I mean, it's still building, but I'm starting to
Yeah.
look into something. One thing I did want to call out for anybody who's not technical, the more you build, look at your code and look at what's happening, talk to AI and actually learn. I think that's the better way to use it because that's where we're heading, right? And so saying that, I didn't know what the hell any of this meant a year ago. Now, looking at this after working with Figma so much, I know exactly what this is. And so like I still fully like if I start to dig into this, I'm like, okay, I do understand this. But right now it's pulling in the different colors and style sheets and it's looking at how things are just set up in terms of um my website and whatnot, and it's working through that right now. I don't know if these tips actually mean anything yet, but we'll see. But you can see it's starting to pull in all the different colors I use, the different tokens that I use to classify stuff, the components that I have that are just like parts of the CSS, and that's accurate. That's built right there. That's exactly how this is built. So I'm curious to see how this is gonna continue. But yeah. So yeah, I mean, there's stuff happening here. I think you just gotta let it cook. But from what I understand from the research that I did, basically. It's gonna break out all of your components over here, so you could see them, and then you can start to maybe even edit them one at a time, or have more sweeping changes across over here that you can talk to it. But again, I'll just see what it does. One other thing that it's doing right now, I fitted all my code. It's breaking out the design components from the rest of the code. That's not obvious, but it is doing that because there's functional stuff on the back end there that you guys probably won't be able to know about, which is I think it's pretty cool. Where is that?
Right there, right above feedback. No, right above. You were on feedback. So yeah, cards.
Oh yeah. So
Oh,
this is how I basically track um ideas and whatnot and how they feed in. So yeah. And this is cool. I didn't know it was going to actually pick up on this. So I have a system memory in here because I wanted to use this across my phone and my other laptop and my desktop. So it's detecting that there is a system memory for these cards across systems. That's pretty cool.
I have a question for you, Amir. So
Yep.
it's just it's technically creating a design system, but I can't do the work similar to what I do in Lovable, right? I can't publish it. I will have to like take my repo from GitHub and maybe deploy it on like something like Vercel or something like that
I
to
think so
really
right
make it
now.
live. Okay.
I think so right now, but what I'm trying to tell you is your design system, as it's updating here, um, so it's actually telling me that I'm missing certain aspects, which is true. I'll come back to that in a second. That's the exact point I'm trying to make is updates to here can be reflected in your repo, which means that they can be merged to live, right? Like to your production environment, which
Okay.
means you don't have to go back until theoretically you shouldn't have to go back into Lovable to make a change.
Okay.
And
Thanks, Amir.
so like that's pretty cool. I didn't even know I was missing that. What it's telling me is that in my assets, I am missing an actual certain like a brand font and different things that I might want to use, and so like those are things I might want to add back in. And so let's look at it right now. This is what it's generated out, right? And does this look like my website? I would say it does. Very close, or maybe at least the version that I had saved on my computer, I will confirm that it did, because I've had updates to this website, and that's good for me to know. But yeah, all of these things are things that are existing in my website. Let's go ahead and say like let's make the overall, I don't know, choose a color. Somebody choose a color.
and red.
I'll just do this. Bohemian um style. I don't know, whatever. Yeah, so this is cool. I am missing like some sort of logo over here. I didn't even realize that. That'd be nice. But it captured
We
that.
just created that, and it just put one in there for you.
Yeah, it's a placeholder. And I
Very
can
nice.
see that over here in my assets. Like
Yeah,
it's the
logo.
logo.
Wow, wow.
Heroes and
That's actually
icon.
not even that bad.
Yeah, I mean this is fine, right? Like, but if I want to, I can probably just replace this with the correct logo. And that's why brand logo is empty, but color brands. So there are a couple things that are kind of weird. I've noticed already is like the preview isn't like perfect. Okay, there it is. It's just taking a second sometimes. And so they are coming up, but this is almost all of the styling things that I have, and this is a very basic website right now. I wonder what it'll be like with the Lovable, but somebody else can try that. I don't even know. I didn't even know I had these spacing tokens. That's cool.
I have another question.
Oh,
If I don't have I don't have GitHub repo and I have everything in Lovables, I can download the files from Lovable and directly, can I plug them in here and like see how the design elements look like?
how would you download them off of Lovable? I'm just
So there is
curious.
a code. So if you go to
Oh yeah,
Lovable,
I remember. There's a zip
yeah,
file you can download off of, right?
I have never downloaded it, but I can see the whole code. So there is like, if you go to, no, you, there, do you see the cloud like thing? There's a
Yeah,
code. Go left on the left of the cloud. Yeah, here. I think it gives you all your files. You know,
yeah.
is there a way like, we download all of these files and then plug them into Claude and then see
That's
Claude
exactly what
Design?
I just, in theory, that's exactly what I just did because on the design, like if you saw the prior step, it says What you're gonna have to do is download this, store it locally on a file on your computer, and then upload it via here. So this is not connected through Lovable right now or GitHub right now.
Okay.
This is from a local file on my computer.
Okay. Thanks, Amir.
Yep. But I think what would be good also is just to see if this is going to connect how well to GitHub. The one thing I'm already suspecting, let's just see what happens when I do this. That it's going to have to be a public repo because a lot of my repos are private because I'm still kind of working on some of those things. But from what it looks like, this might have to be a public repo, or you're going to have to.
Unless you connect it, right? I'm assuming you could connect, like add a connector to GitHub. I'd be surprised if you can't.
Let's just try that. Why not?
No,
Yeah,
but for Claude to access or any other apps to access, generally you'll have to make it public. That was the issue I had it as well.
I'm just looking at, man. I'm just looking at the
Um,
list of connectors right now, also,
I
just to
think
see
I
if
think James might be right.
yeah, there's no way. Yeah, GitHub integration. There is one
Yeah,
that you could
all
add to Claude.
repositories. Yeah,
It's
that's
like
fine.
probably like number one on any integration list.
Yeah, James might be right there. Nobody steal my code. It's gonna be useless after this, but nobody steal my code.
It's already gone. Thanks.
Thanks for all of your code.
Okay. I don't know what this means. Configure? It's probably just that. Okay. All right, now this is here. I don't know. Oh, continue the generation. I don't want to throttle it because I'm already working on this, but from this looks like you just connected to GitHub feed. So, this is not a public one. I know that, so it should be fine. I think it's not a public one. I'm not sure.
I think you have to pay for one or the other, right, Palmer? Like everything is by default public unless you're paying, and then you
I
get
don't think, no,
private.
I think you can have a
Is it
private one.
oh for free? I know
Yeah,
one or
I
the other. I
think
thought one or the other one was paywall, but I could be wrong.
I don't think so. I think most of these are not public, or I just have been exposing code and not knowing. No, these are all, yeah, this is private. Like it's locked down. Pretty sure.
Yep. Are you paying for? You're
Um,
not paying for GitHub, Palmer.
no.
Okay.
Let me just confirm that. I don't even,
I'm
yeah,
here.
I don't think I am.
I'm here.
So it did like do something, but all clear, verified by me, so you're good to go. I saw something, it was doing something here. Uh, it did do something, but I didn't see it reflect into here, so could be some things to that it needs to figure out, but yeah. It says it, and this is a good example of where things go wrong, and I think like these should also be in your videos because it's your problem solving, right? It says I asked it to do the Bohemian style or whatever, and it asked me all these things, and then for some reason it just didn't make the changes reflected here. Now, that can be the system not working the right way, especially because it's in beta, or me just not seeing where I'm supposed to be seeing things. So I just said I don't see the changes. It's going through there, it's reading through it, and it looks like it's creating a V2. But yeah, let's just give it another couple seconds to see what's happening. Um, Rich, the design did update. It's like
Show us.
not super obvious how that works, but I also think it's glitching out for sure. But this is kind of what it looks like right now, after that Bohemian style question update. So you can see it changed all the colors and all of those things and whatnot. So it's pretty cool. It's not like a super drastic change in my opinion, but we went in that direction and I would definitely try to play with this and push the fold. Where you can find this is in the design files here. But it's also like its own kind of it should be able to open up in its own HTML document. But yeah, it's all right. I would probably put this through a few more paces to see how it reacts, but this is so far pretty cool. Like it has like that color changing as things are clicked out, and so yeah. This preview here, the preview is gone. And so yeah, this thing is definitely not like they say it's super user friendly. I don't think it is currently. So to just give you guys, I mean, when you're using this, it's just knowledge sharing, right? Um, you might have a UI kit here, and that's going to be your main kind of one that you've been, what your website looks like. Also, I hit my usage limit, so that's I just I just asked it to design another file, and we hit the usage limit. So it looks like one file, but where it's going to be sitting is in your UI kit. Um, and so. I actually don't even, this is here for some reason in Pages. Both of these should be under your UI kits. Oh, they are. This is the original, and then there's another version of it, but they were just here 2 seconds ago. What the? So it's doing stuff. It's doing weird stuff.
So,
Oh,
from
there it
what I
is.
know,
There it is. There it is. It's just not named cleanly anymore. So those are the two versions. It is in the UI kits. This is my original version that I uploaded, and then this is the Bohemian version. I asked it to make like a forest green woodsy version just to see how where it would stack those again. And I'll do that later. But yeah, right now it's not. It says we hit the limit. So I don't know. It resets at 4 o'clock on Tuesday, which I don't know what time frame that's in because I'm in 5:15 right now. Does look like it created some green version of this, even though I ran out of credits. Hey, I'll take it. So it's just there. The design files are kind of the Wild West right now. It looks like they should all be here in the UI kits, but it's now storing them in Pages. So I don't know why it's doing that. If I could talk to Claude, I could probably give them feedback at some point, but yeah, these are the type of things that I think would be useful.